Welcome everyone once again to this month's meeting. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. So you all agree with me that it keeps getting better and better. Every month comes with its own peculiar topics, and it keeps getting better and better. I want to thank everyone that deemed it necessary to join. And today we are going to be having a very wonderful discussion. The Professor Rabia, the lead coordinator of WCAPS Nigeria, will be taking us down the career development opportunities that exist in the nuclear security. So it promises to be enlightening, it promises to be educative, it promises to be very insightful. I'll be reading out a brief profile of Professor Rabia. Professor Rabia is an experienced lecturer with a demonstrated history of working in the higher education industry. She is skilled in sustainable development, waste to wealth, and renewable energy. Dr. Rabia is also skilled in conference organization, public speaking, social justice advocate, and consultant for advocacy in STEM, that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Dr. Rabia is a mentor for girls in STEM and girls' rights issues. She has multiple awards. She's a multiple award winner. She's a trained facilitator for the British Council Active Citizen Program. Professor Rabia is an expert trainee in proliferation studies, nuclear security, safety, and safeguard. She has been engaging in education and training for young girls and boys on nuclear non-proliferation and disarmament issues and security culture. Professor Rabia is a strong education professional. She has a BSc, an MSc, and PhD that is focused in atmospheric physics and dynamics of climate change. Professor Rabia conducts research in air pollution and air quality monitoring at Bayero University in Kano, Nigeria. And she also holds an MSc in Environment and Development from the University of Reading in the UK. Let us welcome Professor Rabia for her presentation. Prof, you have the podium.
Thank you very much, Chioma. I don't know, I'm a little bit, it's a bit dark where I am, probably, but you can probably see me. I will try and share my screen. Okay. So, okay, I think it's visible now.
Yes, it is.
Now. Okay, okay. So good evening, everyone. I want to especially thank Dr. Suleiman Bello. He is one of those that we call the male champions. I thank him for joining us today and for sharing the flyer. We usually do have like that. Once in a while, we have 1, 2, or 3 men joining us. So thank you very much for joining us today. The topic is career development in nuclear security. I will try as much as I can to cover what is necessary in this topic. So I have this outline. I will discuss a bit about career pathways in nuclear security. Then I will look at developing a career plan and setting professional goals. then identifying and leveraging opportunities in the nuclear field, and then career challenges that a person working, a professional working in the nuclear security field faces, and then we'll see what solutions can be proffered for those challenges. So I start with career pathways in nuclear security. And I will be looking at mainly these two. By first of all describing what nuclear security, the field is. The nuclear security field is a critical field that ensures the protection of nuclear materials and the facilities from theft, sabotage, or terrorism, or anything related to any event that would disrupt the facility or the nuclear materials. And the career pathways in this domain are quite diverse. They involve roles in policy, in technical operations, research, regulatory bodies, and international organizations. Now, there are some key pathways in the nuclear security field, and numbered from 1 to 7 on the slide is a pathway for nuclear security is a nuclear security analyst. So anyone trying to work in the nuclear security field can be a nuclear security analyst. And this field actually focuses on assessing threats and vulnerabilities. The nuclear security analyst would be able to assess what threat is there to either the nuclear materials or the nuclear facility itself, and what are the vulnerabilities that the nuclear materials or the facilities will face. So analyzing security policies and then developing strategies to mitigate the risks to the nuclear materials or the nuclear facility. Then we have another pathway in nuclear security, which is the nuclear engineer. This is the technical path. A nuclear engineer will work on the design, the maintenance, and the security of nuclear facilities and also the materials. In most of these key pathways, there's always an overlap. So it's actually a kind of interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary sector. So the nuclear engineer and the nuclear security analyst, there would sometimes you find an overlap of their roles. The third pathway is regulatory and compliance specialist. The regulatory and compliance specialist ensures that nuclear operations comply with national and international regulations. So this regulatory and compliance specialist would work hand in hand with the International Atomic Energy Agency and some of the other regulatory bodies in the nuclear security field. Then we have security operations specialist. The security operations specialist implements and monitors security measures at the nuclear facilities. What security measures are there? And this will comprise of sometimes the fencing. It will comprise of the shielding. It will a lot of things. The measures that is required to keep either the facility or the materials safe. Then we have the research scientists. The research scientists conduct research on new technologies and methods to enhance nuclear security. The research scientists, in this field, there are many. You can have the chemical, the chemical scientists, the physical scientists, the even computing and information technologies. All of this can fall within the research scientists in the nuclear field, in the nuclear security field. Then we have policy advisor and consultant. They provide expertise on nuclear security policies and international treaties. And here we find lawyers, we find international relations specialists, we find even sociologists, we find political scientists. Every sector of either academia or where policy and consultation is required, we can find career pathways in policy advisory and consultancy within the nuclear security field. And then we have educator and trainer. Here, the educator and trainer or educator and trainers usually develop and deliver training programs for personnel in the nuclear security field. And most times, though I can find myself within the research scientist field, and then the education and training also, because I deliver a lot of lectures and training and mentorship training within this field. Then we have how are we developing a career plan and setting professional goals? How do we go about this? So developing a career plan in nuclear security involves a strategic approach to education, skill acquisition, and professional development. And some of the key steps that one can take to achieve this is, we have mentioned before, is education and training. So there's a need to obtain relevant degrees in nuclear engineering or physics or security studies or any related fields like I mentioned before. These specialized courses, then there are specialized courses and certifications in nuclear security can also enhance the expertise of anyone wishing to pursue a career in nuclear security. Professional goals is another step. You need to take the step to set clear, achievable goals, such as obtaining specific certification. For example, certified nuclear security expert, certified nuclear security professional, gaining experience in key areas or achieving leadership positions. All of this would help in developing a career plan in nuclear security. Then there's skill development. There's a need to focus on acquiring both technical skills, e.g. a knowledge of nuclear materials. Even if you are not a technical or a scientist or not a nuclear engineer, there are basic knowledge of the nuclear materials, knowing what you need to know about a little bit about fission, what exactly, just a little bit about it without going into the big calculations. No fission, no fusion. Fusion is bringing together the nuclear materials and then obtaining energy. Fission is breaking them into smaller particles with the emission of a heat and a lot of energy, which is the one that is used. So this little knowledge will be required of anybody who wants to work in the nuclear security field. So the security technologies as well. And then soft skills such as critical thinking, communications, and leadership are also required. Networking. Networking is very critical, and joining professional organizations will help to enhance this. For example, I just brought one example, the Institute of Nuclear Materials Management. There's also the Institute of also Nuclear, World Institute of Nuclear, and so on. So of these organizations, networking and joining them will help in enhancing your expertise in nuclear security. And then attending conferences to connect with experts, and then stay updated on industry trends. So because networking is very important, I've expanded a little bit on the networking. This is the last point, which is networking. So networking and professional relations. This is very important. So networking plays a crucial role in career development. for several reasons. One of it is that it provides opportunities and connections. Networking can open doors to new job opportunities, collaborations, and partnerships. It helps you connect with people who can provide career advice, mentorship, and guidance. And then it creates visibility and reputation. So by attending industry events, conferences, and professional gatherings, you increase your visibility and establish your reputation within your field or the nuclear security field. This can lead to being recommended for projects and playing some roles. Then networking also helps in knowledge and learning. When you network, the networking will allow you to learn from others' experiences, and then gain insights into industry trends, best practices, and emerging technologies. It fosters a culture of continuous learning and professional growth. Networking also gives support and guidance. So building a network of professionals provides you with a support system that can offer advice, feedback, and encouragement. This can be particularly valuable during career transitions or when facing challenges at work. Then networking also helps to build confidence and communication skills. Regularly interacting with professionals helps improve your communication skills and boosts your confidence. This can enhance your ability to articulate your ideas and present yourself effectively in various professional settings. Then networking can also give career advancement. A strong professional network can provide references, endorsements, and introduction that can be instrumental in advancing your career. So you need to be able to stay informed about potential promotions and what occurs in the industry. Now, for leveraging, how do you identify and then leveraging opportunities in the nuclear security field? Opportunities in nuclear security can be identified and leveraged through, number one, internships and fellowships. Participate in internships with nuclear facilities, government agencies, or international organizations to gain practical experiences. There are a wide range of, these days, even if you don't have funding to travel, you can always engage in webinars because the world has taught us now that we can always engage virtually. So there are many opportunities in the International Atomic Energy Agencies for different internships and fellowships, which you can use which you can identify and leverage upon to build your career in nuclear security field. Then there is research opportunities. Engage in research projects, publish papers, and present findings at conferences to build a reputation in the field. As soon as you continue to do this, people will get to know you. And in time, you don't even need to go seeking for opportunities to attend. You will be called upon. You will be called upon, and they will ask you to come and make presentations. And also, you will get to be able to you'll be able to showcase your work. And then you have certification and continuing education. Like I said, there are different short courses. Even in my university in Nigeria, we have these short courses. Sorry about that. We have these short courses that we engage in nuclear safety, in nuclear security. They are like sometimes 6 weeks, and there are also a lot of international ones also. This helps in you get certification, and with the certification, then you continue to build on your expertise. And then it's important to also join international organizations and actively participate. For example, like I said, the World Institute for Nuclear Security, the International Atomic Energy Agencies, and so on. And then talking about the challenges and what the career challenges that you will face as a nuclear security expert, or if you follow a career in the nuclear security.
definitely these are some of the challenges that can happen, and the career challenges and solutions in the nuclear security field. First, challenge number one, the field is complex. So there's this complex regulatory environment, and navigating the intricate web of national and international regulations can be very challenging. When you take the handbook for nuclear security of the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, you will find is a complex document outlining what needs to be done in order to ensure security of nuclear materials and nuclear facilities. And then you have the experts who are trained to actually look for the environment and see what are the breaches. It's quite technical and it's quite complex. So what solution can you, what is the solution to this challenge as a nuclear security expert, or if you want to go into a career as a nuclear security expert? What you need to do is stay informed through continuous education and professional development. You build a network of mentors. You see, network is coming again, and colleagues who can provide guidance. And then another challenge is technological advancement. It's so rapid. So keeping up with rapid technological changes requires ongoing learning. You learn one thing today and something new comes up. Yeah? Now it is artificial intelligence in monitoring of nuclear security facilities and so on. So you need to also keep abreast of this. The solution is to engage in lifelong learning through courses, seminars, and workshops, then leverage online resources and professional networks to stay updated. Then there's the security threats. The dynamic nature of security threats requires constant vigilance and adaptability. The security threats occurs nationally, it occurs internationally. You have the terrorism, and even if we take the example of Nigeria, we know the security threats, and therefore they will require a lot of vigilance from nuclear security experts. Even though we don't have a nuclear power plant now in Nigeria, but it is being envisaged. It's something that is being planned. But we have the research, the nuclear research reactor, and that also we know that some steps have been taken to downgrade it from the highly enriched uranium to a low enriched uranium in the bid to prevent any malicious act or people getting access to the highly enriched uranium, which is the uranium that is possible to make nuclear weapons. So security threats is something that is also dynamic and which keeps on occurring. So the solution for a nuclear security expert is to develop a proactive mindset, stay informed about global security trends, and participate in scenario-based training exercises. These scenario-based training exercises will also come with your short courses. If you engage in short courses in nuclear security, well, there are always a scenario that is also built into the courses. And then there's this interdisciplinary collaboration, which I already mentioned, that the nuclear security field is interdisciplinary and also multidisciplinary. So the engineering, the policy, the research scientists, it's a field that you need to work together. So that you need to be able to understand that it's interdisciplinary. Work with the lawyers as well. Work with IT. Work with the computing and so on. And then in the interactive, these are also solutions, but then we talk about this as interactive solutions to the challenges. Mentorship programs, which is one of the things that we do, even at the WCAPS Nigeria Chapter, try to create some avenues for mentoring others. So establish mentorship programs where experienced professionals can guide newcomers
I just completed a mentorship program under the CRDF Global, where we've been since June to September, actually training and mentoring different young upcoming scholars. So, and then it's another one is discussion forums. Create forums for regular discussions on emerging challenges and best practices. This forum is one. Workshops and seminars, organize interactive workshops and seminars focusing on real world case studies and problem solving exercises. Then peer support groups. Form peer support groups for sharing experiences and collaboratively finding solutions to common challenges. And in conclusion, by following these guidelines, individuals can effectively develop their careers in nuclear security, contributing to the safety and protection of nuclear materials and facilities worldwide. Overall, networking is an essential component of career development, helping you build relationships, gain knowledge, and advance professionally. I want to thank you for your attention.